Today we are taking a look at Marin Kitagawa from My Dress Up Darling. This is the winter school uniform version figure in the Glitter and Glamours line by Banpresto. My Dress Up Darling is a romantic comedy series centered on two high school students who become connected through cosplay as they work together on costumes and share new experiences. Marin Kitagawa is one of the central characters in the series, known for her outgoing personality, honest reactions, strong enthusiasm, and the energy she brings to the things she loves. Today's highlights for this figure are the twin tails and cheerful expression, the layered winter school uniform, and the lively pose that feels very natural for Marin. The first highlight is the twin tails and the expression, the slightly narrowed red eyes, wide open mouth, long eyelashes, and fine blush lines create a bright smile with a great deal of personality. Around that face, the hair gathers into two braided twin tails that spread widely toward the sides, and the blonde coloring changes into pink at the flowing tips. This combination gives the head both a strong facial focus and a wide sense of movement. The second highlight is the winter school uniform. The thick white scarf overlaps the dark blue jacket, while the dark navy top, white shirt, and red necktie remain visible through the opening at the center. Below the jacket, the light blue pleated skirt introduces reddish-brown and pale yellow lines across its surface, and the white loose socks connect the skirt and bare legs to the brown loafers. Each clothing layer remains clearly separated, making the entire outfit easy to follow from the neck down to the feet. The third highlight is the pose. Both arms extend outward to the sides, with the hands and softly bent fingers continuing the movement beyond the sleeves. One leg reaches downward, while the other bends upward behind the body, creating a clear difference between the two leg lines. The outward twin tails, scarf ends, pleated skirt, extended arms, and raised leg all contribute to the same lively full body motion. This channel brings you figure reviews and anime merchandise updates straight from Japan. If you enjoyed this kind of content, don't forget to subscribe. The head is centered around a wide open smile and slightly narrowed red eyes, giving Marin a cheerful and expressive appearance. The mouth changes from the red coloring around the lips to the lighter tongue inside, creating a clear sense of depth at the center of the face. Several shades of red and small white highlights are layered inside the eyes, while the thick upper lashes and finer lashes extending around the outer edges frame them clearly. The outer corners of the eyes angle slightly downward, and fine diagonal pink lines cross the cheeks, adding softness to the smile. Thin eyebrows appear beneath the fringe and follow the direction of the eyes without interrupting the expression. Several strands fall beside the cheeks and reach close to the jawline, framing the face from both sides. The fringe descends from the top of the head in separate sections, with the central and outer strands overlapping as they pass across the forehead above the eyebrows. The hair around the sides covers the upper areas of the ears before gathering behind them and connecting to the thick twin tails. Through the openings in the hair, a large hoop earring, small round earrings, and a narrow silver accessory along the upper part of the ear can be seen as separate details. Each twin tail gathers into a thick section behind the head before changing into a braided portion. The overlapping sections become gradually narrower as they approach the tied area, then expand again into large flowing ends. These ends divide into several separate locks that curve outward, with the blonde coloring changing into pink at the tips. From the rear, the twin tails spread widely away from the center of the head, creating a continuous flow from the gathered back hair through the braids and into the outward-facing ends. A thick white scarf wraps around the neck and covers a broad area from beneath the chin to the tops of the shoulders. The section surrounding the neck is arranged in several overlapping layers, with its upper edge rising beneath the face and its lower edge resting over the jacket collar. The two ends separate across the upper body, with one passing diagonally down the front and the other extending outward from behind the shoulder. The front end reaches toward the waist and finishes with several long fringes that narrow at their connection before spreading apart. The other end passes beneath the hair and extends toward the side, adding another flowing line beside the twin tails. The dark blue jacket follows the rounded shape of the chest before narrowing around the waist. Folded lapels frame the center, where a dark navy top, a white shirt, and a red necktie appear in separate layers beneath the scarf. The necktie descends vertically through the opening and adds a narrow red section at the center of the outfit. Gold buttons run down the front of the jacket, while narrow pocket openings are positioned near the waist. The jacket hem overlaps the dark navy top and separates into distinct sections around the body. On the back, a vertical division runs through the center and the lower panels open apart beneath the waist. Both arms extend outward to the sides at slightly different angles. The sleeves narrow from the shoulders toward the elbows before continuing into dark gray cuffs at the wrists. A visible step separates each cuff from the blue sleeve above it, and two gold buttons are positioned along the outer area near each wrist. The hands are formed with the fingers gently bent rather than held flat. Long pink nails extend from the fingertips, and a thin silver ring adds a small accent to one hand. The lines of the shoulders, sleeves, wrists, and fingers continue naturally toward both sides of the figure. The lower edge of the dark navy top wraps horizontally around the waist, with the light blue pleated skirt emerging beneath it. The skirt stays close to the body at the upper edge before opening gradually toward the hem through a series of folds. Thin reddish-brown and pale yellow lines travel across the blue surface. The horizontal lines curve gently with the skirt, while the vertical lines pass over the pleats and divide the surface into repeated sections. The hem forms a shallow wave across the front and spreads around the body in response to the position of the legs. One leg extends downward while the other bends sharply at the knee and lifts behind the body. The extended leg narrows continuously from the thigh through the knee and toward the lower leg. On the bent leg, the rounded knee marks the change in direction before the lower leg rises upward. This difference in angle gives each leg a separate line while keeping both connected to the same full body motion. White loose socks cover both lower legs and are arranged in a succession of thick overlapping sections from the upper edges down to the ankles. These rounded sections wrap around the legs, becoming fuller around the calves before gathering closer to the shoes. The upper edges form clear rings around the legs, followed by repeated folds that continue vertically downward. Brown loafers complete the outfit. Each shoe has a rounded toe, a horizontal band over the top, and a narrow opening set into that band. Lines along the upper surface continue toward the sides and meet the edge of the sole. The shoe on the raised leg turns its sole outward, revealing the flat underside and the border running around it. The shoe on the extended leg points closer to the front, continuing the long line from the thigh through the loose sock and down to the rounded toe. This figure is approximately 24 centimeters tall. That's about 9.4 inches. For size comparison, here's a 350 milliliter can. That's about 12 ounces in the US. Overall, Marin Kitagawa by Banpresto stands out because this figure combines a cheerful expression, wide twin tails, a layered winter school uniform, and a lively pose that guides the eye naturally across the whole piece. The face creates a bright first impression. The red eyes are slightly narrowed, the mouth opens widely, and the fine blush lines spread across the cheeks, so the expression feels open and energetic. The white highlights and multiple red tones inside the eyes keep the gaze clear, while the long eyelashes frame the expression very effectively. The hair strengthens that presentation from every visible angle. The fringe is divided into several overlapping sections across the forehead, and the longer strands beside the cheeks frame the face without covering the smile. Behind the head, the hair gathers into two braided twin tails that spread widely toward the sides. The change from blonde to pink at the tips makes the flowing ends especially easy to follow, while the visible earrings add small silver accents around the ears. The upper body works well because the clothing layers and the arm position support each other closely. Both arms extend outward to the sides, creating a broad line through the shoulders, sleeves, wrists, and fingers. The thick white scarf overlaps the dark blue jacket and separates into two flowing ends. Beneath it, the folded lapels reveal the dark navy top, white shirt, and red necktie as clearly divided layers. The gold buttons, dark gray cuffs, pink nails, and silver ring continue the detailing across the upper half without interrupting the main outfit. The lower body carries that movement into the skirt and legs. The light blue pleated skirt is divided by thin, reddish-brown and pale yellow lines that follow the folds across its surface. One leg extends downward, while the other bends upward behind the body, creating a strong contrast in direction. The loose white socks form repeated rounded folds around the lower legs, and the brown loafers give both leg lines a neat finish. What makes the figure especially effective is the way all of these elements connect. The eye can move from the smiling face into the outward twin tails, across the extended arms and flowing scarf, and then down through the pleated skirt to the differently angled legs without feeling stuck. Because of that, fans of My Dress Up Darling or Marin Kitagawa will likely enjoy this piece very much. Collectors who like cheerful expressions, layered winter school uniforms, and energetic poses with a wide flowing silhouette should find it a very satisfying addition. That's it for this video. If there's any part of the figure you liked, feel free to leave a comment and share your thoughts. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.